Oh, yes. That was beautiful. You know, the offense wasn't as firepower as we've seen as of late. But what we saw in this game was a very, very tight ball game that the Raptors took in that fourth quarter. They're like, you know what? We are going to shut you down. Let's break these quarters down. And the defense just got better and better as the quarters go on. 28-28 after the first quarter. Second quarter, we scored 32. They only scored 27. Third quarter, we only scored 19, but they only scored 21. And in the fourth quarter, Raptors only scored 21. However, they only give up 15 points in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable job. I got to give a ton of credit to Pascal Siakam. Don't look at his numbers and say, well, he only had the 4 points on and not the greatest shooting. Look, this guy's work ethic and how hard he works every single possession, it's unbelievable. He was amazing today. A huge, huge block on Morris late I think it was in the fourth quarter. And that really fired up the offense, obviously. And just everything was cooking. You know, you got the clutch shots late. You were able to get the stops when you needed to. And obviously, I mean, my goodness, late in that game, the dagger to seal the deal. Beautiful bounce pass from Kyle Lowry to DeMar DeRozan, who throws down the hammer. Oh my goodness, with authority. I mean, beautiful feed. He had room to get up there, and holy smokes, did he slam her home. Beautiful, beautiful job by the Raptors. And, you know, like I said, shooting-wise, they weren't the greatest. The best guy today for the Raptors was DeMar DeRozan. I mean, usually that's what it is. But he had 33 points, 8 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, a block on 57% shooting. I mean, he knocked down a couple threes as well. DeMar was fantastic. Now, Kyle only had 10 points, but he had 5 boards, 6 assists, a couple steals in there as well. He's a workhorse. He's going to give it to you, give 100% out there every single night. His shot was a little down today, but he got help from the bench, as we've seen all season long. When the starters aren't doing their thing, you see the bench get the job done. Pascal Siakam, like I said, on the defensive end, he was unbelievable. He also added 9 rebounds in this game. And Fred VanVleet was fantastic. 10 points, 3 boards, 5 assists. Again, percentages were down, but he still did very well out there, and he was moving the ball very nicely. CJ Miles, again, percentage down, still had 12 points on 3 threes. And I think he had an and 1 and then a 2. And then a beautiful, beautiful left-handed dunk from CJ as well. Just a great, great job there. And, you know, you look at it from a percentage standpoint, the Raptors didn't really shoot the ball all that well, you know. 44%, they shot 42%. We only shot 26% from 3, not what we're used to as of late. They shot 58%, and that's crazy. That's huge. And to find a way to beat a team while they're shooting like that, I mean, it does help when they only shoot 57% from the free throw line. But it's these things that I'm going to mention right here that are big difference makers in this game. First off, you're +5 on the glass. The next thing, the Raptors were +3 on the offensive glass, 11-8. We're so used to getting blown out in that category. To see us win on the offensive boards, it's nice. And then you look, 20 assists as a team. Again, when the offense isn't humming and people aren't knocking down their shots, and you still get 20 assists, great, great job. 8 steals to their 5, 7 steals to their 3, and this is the big one right here. They have 14 turnovers. Raptors, 7. The entire game, 7 turnovers. Unbelievable job containing the basketball, getting good looks, and knocking down the shots when you needed to. The Raptors didn't really get themselves in a big hole. There were times where they were down 5. You know, they were up 5, they were up, down 5. They were able to climb back in it and take the lead again, right? They didn't let the lead get out of hand like they did in the first game against Washington. But just a great, great job overall by the entire team, both offensive and defensively. That's just what we've seen as of late. You know, you look at the last 2 games. You only give up 84 points against the New York Knicks and then 91 against the Washington Wizards. Great job. Now, I understand John Wall was not playing for the Wizards, but he also wasn't playing in the previous game. and we still got our butt whooped. We got the win in this game. That's all that matters really in the long run. And now we got to move on. Hit the road for 3 games. You're in New York. What is that? I think it's Wednesday. Wednesday night, 7:30 tip-off there. Then Friday in Indiana. And on a back-to-back, you head to Atlanta to take on the Hawks on Saturday night. All 3 winnable games. But you got to go into it with a mentality of we got to work our tail off. And you can't take any game for granted. Play like you do. Play like you did today. Play like you did against the Knicks last game. Don't give them an inch. Pound them down. Get the big lead. Hold it. Get the dub. It's the recipe. You got to get a win. That's all that matters. What great time it is to be a Toronto sports fan. Leafs win 6 straight. Raps win 4 straight. Everyone's feeling good. But we all know it's a long season, and there's going to be a rough patch. You know, we had the start of the season where it was tough. Now we're playing well. There's going to be a rough patch, but it's just how long does it take the Raptors, and the Leafs for that matter, to get out of that hole, right? I mean, you know, like I said, the Leafs went through their little rough patch, and now they're kicking everyone's rear. The Raptors went through their rough patch. Now they're kicking everyone's rear. Right? So it's just you got to keep going, take it game by game, play as hard as you can each and every night, and take it game by game. I said that a few times just because that's really all you can do. I just previewed 3 games against the Hawks, but really all we got to focus on is Wednesday night, 7:30 tip-off at MSG against the New York Knicks. That's really all that matters here. Find a way to do what you did against Porzingis in the last game, contain him, and you'll beat the Knicks. There's nobody on that team. I don't care how good you say Hardaway is, but you know you're not going to be if Porzingis does what he did at Air Canada Center just this past week. You're going to beat the Knicks. If your offense is even half as good as what it was, you're going to find a way to win. Now, if they're off, I'd love this to be a blowout win. That'd be fantastic. But got to take it game by game, minute by minute, quarter by quarter, and get the dub. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video, and man, if you enjoyed this game, because another good game for the Raptors, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of the game. Who's your player of the game? My player of the game. Oh, you know, I'm torn between Siakam and DeMar. But I got to go with DeMar DeRozan. I mean, as much as I love what Siakam did on the defensive end, DeMar DeRozan was just electric. He was my player of the game in this one. Who would you guys give it to? Kyle was all right. Let me know what you guys think. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, Leafs edition, as they're at home taking on the Arizona Coyotes. Can't take them lightly. Gotta come out, play like you're facing the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Washington Capitals in Game 7. Play hard. Play like you did against Montreal, for goodness sakes. Right? And we'll talk to you guys. Raptors edition. Trying to say it too fast. Raptors, Knicks. 7:30 tip-off at Madison Square Garden. All right? And that is Wednesday. 7:30 tip-off. We'll talk to you guys then.